Hi, hello. My name is Nurul Alifia Zatira, and today I'm going to explain about phonology. So, first thing first, we need to know the difference between phonetics and phonology. So, phonetics is a study of sound that human can make, whereas phonology is a study of how distinctive features of those sounds can distinguish obvious in particular language. So in this video, we will discuss phonological features, phonotactic rules, prosodic and suprasegmental phonology, and then the last one is phonological rules. Let's begin with phonological features. So here is the example of pen and bin. It's different, right? The p and b sound, zeal and seal, z and sounds the initial consonant, and also bin and beam, the short e and also the long e in the vowels, and also hat and hat, right? The t sound and d sound in final consonants. So a phoneme as a minimal constructive unit cannot be broken up into a shorter successive unit, but it can be viewed as a bundle of simultaneous units called phonological features. We have the p, s, and m sounds. The p is voiceless, bilabial, and stop. Z is voiced, alveolar, fricative, and m sounds is voiced, bilabial, and nasal. What do we expect a set of phonological features to perform? Well, the features are binary, right? A phoneme can be either plus X or plus Y. The P itself minus voice means it's voiceless, but the Z and M sounds is plus voiced. So continue, one important function of features theory is contrastive features, right? Where each phoneme differs from the other in terms of at least one specification of the features. Here we have all and ah. So the ah is round and this one is not round. See, it should be different at least one specification of features. Let's dig deeper to articulatory parameters. The first one is voicing, the second one is place, and then the last one is manners. So what is it? Voicing itself refers to the vocal and vibration. Like if you put your hands on the neck like this, and then you say ah, right? There should be a basic vibration. You can feel the vibration here. So it's voice. If you cannot feel the vibration, so it's called voiceless. The place refers to where the sound is made. So just a little glance to this concept because we have a limited time. The first one is bilabial. Bilabial, we use both lips like p and also b, labiodental. So the lip and also the fifth sound v. And then the last one is manner. Here is how the air is released from nasal or nose or fricative, and many more. Let's move on to the vowels parameter. So the first one is high. So positive high. So it means the sound is produced with the tongue body raised from the mid-central. And if it's negative high, it's otherwise. If it's positive back, the sound is produced with the tongue toward the back of mouth, retracted from the neutral positions. And then if it's positive round, the sound is produced with narrowing of the left or right face. And if it's not, so it means the sound is produced without such narrowing. And then the tense, if it's positive tense, it's produced with deliberate and accurate and maximum distinct gesture. If it's not, it's produced rapidly and indistinctively. Here we have a vowel parameter chart, so you can screenshot it and then you may learn it later. Just remember, if it's plus, it means yes. If it's minus or negative, it means it's not. So let's move on to phonotactics rules. Alright, so phonotactics restricts the possible sound, sequence, and syllable structures in a language where first syllables consist of vowels and also consonants. Syllables can be split into sad, necklace, and coda. And then the third rule is all syllables have a nucleus. So here we have example cat. So this is the phonetics. So the onset should be k and nucleus as and the coda is t. What happens if we have two or more than one syllables? So for example, pencil, pencil, pen is the first syllables, and sil is the second syllables, and then you need to draw these three for each syllables, right? So let's continue. Prosodic and suprasegmental. Prosody is a part of phonetic which is concerned with stress and intonation as opposed to individual speech sound. In this case, it's vowels and consonant. And prosodic is actually adjective of prosody, refer to the features of speech. So, for example, pitch. And then suprasegmental is prosodic features. So the stress. So here is Spanish word oxala. Oxala Oksala. And here, the stress in the second syllable, in the last syllables, and also in the first syllable. So the length of the sound can change the meaning of the word. So for example, we have Arabic word here. Amin means tentram, but amin means jujur or terpercaya. And amin means kabulkanlah doa kami. So the length of the sound can change the meaning. And then the third one is tone. Tone is used to distinguish lexical or grammatical meaning. And the last one, intonation. Intonation is a variation of pitch. So it can be so high or it can be so low. And then the last one, we have phonological rules. So remember, phonological rule is a method for describing the way in which individual sounds are produced in spoken language. And these rules are written out in a specialized notation that codifies the way in which the sounds or a group of sounds is altered by appearing in a specific linguistic context. It may vary between languages and dialects, and they reflect the common pronunciation habits of various linguistic groups. The first one is assimilation. Assimilation happens when one sound becomes more similar to a nearby sound. So for example, is handbag. It pronounced as handbag. It shows us that when the sound followed by b sound, they become m sound. So this simulation happens when a sound changes one of its features to become less similar to an adjacent sound. It usually happens to make the two sounds more distinguishable. This type of rule is often seen among people speaking a language that is not their native language, where the sound contrast may be difficult, so the rule is applied for ease of production and also perception. Here, for example, we have February with R, and also February with Y sounds. Here, you can see the R sound becomes Y sound. So from alveolar approximant, it becomes palatal approximant. The deletion rules. It happens when a sound is not pronounced. So for example here, how do you pronounce it? No, there is no k sound here. So it's not I know or you know, but I know, you know. And next we have insertion. So insertion happens when the sound is added to the word. In English we have student, but in Spanish we need to add sound in the beginning of the word. It becomes estudiante, right? Metaphasis is phonological process that changes the order of phoneme. Old English we have comfortable, but in contemporary English, like we all know today, it becomes comfortable. There's a changing of the order of the phonemes. So in conclusion, phonology is the sound system of the language, and we learn about the sound is used and how we know the sound is different to each other. I think the suggestion that I can make to the learners, since there are so many details that cannot be included here, you may dig the information deeper from other sources, for example, books or journals, and study each of them slowly so you can grasp all of the information and all of the detail well. That's all that I can say. Thank you.